Good evening, everyone. My name is Shaurya Anand Betule. I am from iAstronomer Electra Grade 6. Today's webinar's topic is Women in Space. So, I live in Nagpur, Maharashtra. I am accompanied by one more person today. Let's meet him first.
Hi, my name is Steve Trivel. I'm in Tamil Nadu, Chennai. I'm an iAstronomer Electra. Today's topic is First Woman in Space.
So, now that we both are introduced, we can start with our webinar.
Yes, let's get on.
Let's go one date back from today. Today is 17th of June. So now that it is 16th June, on 16th of June, history was created. The history was created by former Soviet cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova. So let's see what did she do.
Yeah, Valentina Tereshkova. Her full name is Valentina Vladimirovna Tereshkova was born on 6th March 1937. Second, she is Soviet cosmonaut, first woman to travel in space. Let's go to the on June 16, 1963, she was launched on spacecraft Vostok 6, which was completed 48 orbits in 71 hours. At the same time, Vostok 5 was launched, where both landing on June 19, 1963. She had no pilot training, but she was parachutes. So she volunteered to go to space in 1961. She became active member in USSR, Supreme Soviet. Yeah, during the Soviet State Television Network broadcast live video live video of Tereshkova from a camera inside the capsule, and she covered with Premier Nikita Khrushchev. Over the radio, communication with ground control about her overall health were described in post-flight reports as Yaveshvi, and later officially account of the mission as somewhat considering remarks about Tereshkova over in flight performance. In Tereshkova's account of her mission in post-flighting debriefing, she mentioned having asserted body pain and difficulty with a helmet. It's also reported by Bykowski on Vostok 5. She vomited while attempting to eat, although she attributed this to the taste of the food rather than her. The Soviet Space Agency had provided her with food, water, toothpaste, and had forgotten to a pack of toothbrush on her official history of a Soviet program was published in 1973, described Tereshkova's physical condition in flight performance as fair or adequate rather than outlichon. During landing, like all the previous Vostok flight, Tereshkova had to eject. She landed safely by parachute. It is revealed in 2004 that an error in the control program made the spacecraft ascend from orbit instead of descent. Tereshkova noticed the fault in the first day of the flight and reported it to space designer Sergei Korolev. Flight controller then provided Tereshkova with a date to enter into the descent program by request of Korolev. Tereshkova kept the problem secret. I keep problem secret, but Yevgeny Vasilievich described to make it public, so I can easily talk about it now. The spacecraft was launched on 16th June 1963. While Vostok 5 has been delayed by technical problem, Vostok 6 launch proceeded with no difficulties. Data collected during the mission provided better understanding of the female body reaction to spaceflight. Like other cosmonauts on Vostok spaceflight, like took photograph and manual oriented the spacecraft. A photograph of the horizon from space were later used to identify aerosol layer within the atmosphere. The mission, a joint flight with Vostok 5, was originally conceived as began a joint mission with two Vostok each carrying a female cosmonaut. But this changed as a Vostok program experienced cutbacks as an precursor to retooling the program into the Vostoka program. Vostok 6 was the last flight of a Vostok 3 KA spacecraft. The Vostok 6 launch site coordinates are 53.209 degree north and 2 kilometers west of Baranal Alti, Russia, and 7 kilometer 4.3 mi south of Bavaria and 650 kilometer 400 mi northeast of the Karagadi, Kazakhstan. At the site in a small park at the roadside in a statue of Tereshkova's outstretched at top of curved column. The capsule is now displayed at RKK Enichia Museum in Korolev near Moscow. From September 2015, it formed part of content of the cosmonaut exhibition at the Science Museum, London. The exhibition featured many iconic objects from Soviet space program. This was the final flight of Vostok. Awards and honors. Hero of Soviet Union, Order of Soviet Union. Just a minute. Order of Soviet Union, Order of an Honor, and Order of a Friendship, Order of a Lenin and Gold Star Medalist, Honorary Doctorate from University of Edinburgh on 18 June 1983.
So last time we went one day back. Now let's go one day in the future. So now it is 18th of June. 20 years, 2 days after the first Wright reached out to space. Who was Sally K. Wright? Sally Wright was the first American woman to go to space. When was Sally Wright born? Sally Wright was born on May 26, 1951. Now let's learn about the early life of Sally K. Wright. Sally Kristen Wright, May 26, 1951 to July 23, 2012, was an American astronaut and physicist born in Los Angeles. She joined NASA in 1978 and in 1983 became the first American woman and the third woman in space after cosmonauts Valentina Tereshkova in 1963 and Svetlana Savitskaya in 1982. She was the youngest American astronaut to have traveled to space, having done so at the age of 32. After flying 2 missions on the Space Shuttle Challenger, Wright left NASA in 1987. Wright worked for 2 years at Stanford University's Center for International Security and Arms Control. Then at the University of California, San Diego, primarily researching nonlinear optics and Thomson scattering. She served on the committees that investigated the Challenger and Columbia Space Shuttle disasters, the only person to participate in both, having been married to astronaut Stephen Hawley during her spaceflight years. She was the first space traveler known to have been LGBT. Wright died of pancreatic cancer on July 23rd, 2012. So let's have a look at the early life of Sally Ride. Sally Ride was born on May 26, 1951 in the Encino neighborhoods of Los Angeles, California, the elder child of Dale Burdill Wright and Carol Joyce Wright Nee Anderson. She had one sibling, Karen, known as Bear. Both parents were elders in the Presbyterian Church. Her mother, who was Norwegian descent, had worked as a volunteer counselor at Women's Correctional Facility. Her father served with the U.S. Army in Europe with the 103rd Infantry Division during World War II. After that war, he went to Harvard College on GI Bill, then earned a master's degree in education at the University of California in Los Angeles. He became a political science professor at Santa Monica College, Europe. In Spain, Wright played tennis for the first time. She enjoyed sports, but tennis most of all. And at age 10, she was coached by Alice Marble, a former world number one player. By 1963, Wright was ranked number 20 in Southern California for girls aged under 12 and under. She attended Encino Elementary School, Portola Junior High, now Portola Middle School, Birmingham High School, and then as a sophomore on a tennis scholarship. Westlake School for Girls, an exclusive all-girls private school in Los Angeles. Elizabeth Momert, who taught human physiology, became a mentor. Wright resolved to become an astrophysicist. She graduated in June 1968 and then took a class in advanced math at Santa Monica College during her summer break. Her friend Sue Oak was interested in going to Swarthmore College, so Wright applied too. She was interviewed by Fred Hargadon, the Dean of Admissions, who was impressed by both her mental and her tennis ability. She was admitted on a full scholarship. She commenced classes at Swarthmore on September 18, 1968. She played golf and made Swarthmore's field hockey varsity team. She won all 6 of her intercollegiate tennis matches and became the Eastern Intercollegiate Women's Singles Champion. She defended her title in May 1969, winning in straight sets. But Wright was homesick for California, and in those days before the Title IX, women's tennis was not well supported at college level. Swarthmore had no indoor courts, and she could not practice when it snowed. After 3 semesters at Swarthmore, she returned to California in January 1970 with aim of becoming a professional tennis player. She entered the University of California, Los Angeles, where she enrolled in courses in Shakespeare and quantum mechanics, earning A's in both. She was the only woman majoring in physics. Her foray into professional tennis was unsuccessful. Her whole body ached, and she realized that far more effort would be necessary in order to reach the required level of fitness. She concluded that she did not have what it took to be a professional tennis player. This was the early life of Sally Ride. Now let's have a look on her space life. So she had boarded the STS-7 mission along with more 4 crew members, and in the 5-member crew, including herself, Sally Ride. She also went abroad the STS-41G mission. So now it's quiz time. Everyone, have a look at the live chat in the YouTube section. There's a link posted in there. Everyone can click on that link and start playing the quiz. Did, Valen- did Valentina Tereshkova fly for the Soviet space program or from the US space program? You can type your answer in the blank given there. The correct answer was Soviet space program. So did you get it right? Where was Sally Ride born? So yes,
So,
everyone, we have updated the link in the live chat. You all can now access the quiz and play it. You all have 10 minutes, so not more than that. That's the time limit. So we will wait till you finish the quiz. Yes, sir. Come on, everyone. Hurry up. 3 minutes left.
I think you have enjoyed the quiz. So, if you want any details to join iAstronomy class, we will give you the details about it. I thank to give me the opportunity to do in this YouTube webinar. I wish all to join in iAstronomy. Thank you, everyone.